dear children, this is Alok sir, and in this part of the video I will explain second equation of motion and the third equation of motion. So let us start. Derivation of position time relation by graphical method. The second equation of motion is also called position time relation. First see the graph and try to understand the graph. An object is moving, this is a velocity time graph, and an object is moving with certain initial velocity, certain non-zero initial velocity, and after certain time its velocity changes, and after certain time it attains a final velocity. So this line represents a uniform path of an object which is under uniformly accelerated motion. So when we draw graph and put the line into the graph, into the axis of graph, it will show that P is the initial velocity, that is U, Q is the final velocity, that is V, and to change time taken to change its velocity from U to V equals to T. Means in T time object changes its velocity from U to V, and during this time object covered a certain distance. We have to calculate this distance. How we calculate distance from the velocity time graph? We calculate distance from the velocity time graph by obtaining the area under velocity time graph. In previous part I have explained that slope of the velocity time graph gives acceleration, and area of the velocity time graph gives distance covered by the object. So let us write some statement here. The velocity time graph shows uniformly accelerated motion along a straight line of an object. This is the velocity time graph, and the object is under uniformly accelerated motion. Let the object cover a distance s during time t. During time t, if the object is in motion, it will cover a certain distance. The value of distance covered or magnitude of displacement is during a given time is given by area under velocity time graph. So distance covered by the object is obtained by obtaining the area of the graph. So distance travel equals to area of OPQRT. I repeat it, distance of OPQRT. This is the area under graph. Now in the part of OPQRT there are two shapes, one is rectangle and one is triangle. So area of OPQRT will be the sum of area of rectangle OPRT plus area of triangle PQR. So this is written as area of rectangle OPRT plus area of triangle PQR. Area of rectangle length into breadth, that is OP into OT, OP into OT. Area of triangle half into base into height, half PR is the base, QR is the height. This is written here, half into PR into QR. Now we will put all the values, so which is obtained from graph. That is OP equals to U, OP equals to U, PR equals to OT, PR equals to OT, and OT equals to OT. Both are equal. PR equals to OT, that is equals to small t, and QR equals to V minus U. QR equals to V minus U, because QR is the change in velocity. So Q is final velocity, R is initial velocity, QR will be V minus U, or QT minus PR. That is QR equal to QT minus PR, that is V minus U. Very simple. Now we will put the formula, and V minus U equals to AT, which is obtained from first equation. V minus U equals to AT. Now we will put these values on above equation. So S equals to OP, this is U, QT, this is OT, this is R. So this becomes U into T, half PR equals to T, QR equals to V minus U, and V minus U equals to AT. So half into 2 into AT. Calculating this, we will get S equal to UT plus half AT square. This is the second equation of motion, also called position time relation. This equation is obtained by calculating the area of velocity time graph. Very simple. You practice this by pausing the video. And now the third equation of motion. This is third equation of motion. To derive third equation of motion, similar situation will happen, similar explanation will happen there. That is, if an object is moving with certain non-zero initial velocity, that is p, and q is the final velocity, and pq represents the path of an object which is moving under uniformly accelerated motion along a straight line. P is the point of initial velocity, q is the point of final velocity, and if we draw a graph for this line, that will, this is x-axis, this is y-axis, O is the origin, and now we nominate the point, that is O, P, Q, R, T. OP will be initial velocity, QT will be final velocity, OT is equals to T, PR equals to T, and QR equals to this QT minus this RT. So QR equal to V minus U. These are the values we have already explained in second equation of motion. And one more thing which is very important, which is the root of derivation this formula, that slope of a velocity time graph gives acceleration of the object, and area of the velocity time graph gives distance traveled by the object. This is the root for derivation of this formula. I am repeating it again. Slope of the velocity time graph is, slope of the velocity time graph gives acceleration of that object, and area of velocity time graph gives distance covered by the object. Already I have explained in first equation and second equation, so I have repeated in third equation also. Now write, the given graph is a velocity time graph for a uniformly accelerated motion. The total distance is covered by object in given time t is the area under velocity time graph. Already I have told you that if we have to calculate the area, the distance covered by the object, we must have to calculate the area of that velocity time graph. Now distance traveled by the object during its velocity, during time t, that is area of the graph, that is area of OPQRT. And OPQRT is what? This is the sum of area of rectangle plus area of triangle. So area of rectangle OPRT plus area of triangle PQR. Now we write the formula. Area of rectangle, length into breadth, that is PO into QT. I have written there. And area of triangle, half into base into height. Half base, PR is the base, height is QR. So this is the formula. Now we put all the values in our equation. That is OP equals to U. See in the graph, OP equals to U. OT equals to T. PR equals to T. PR equals to also T. OT and PR are same. QR equals to, and what is QR? QR equals to V minus U. Already I have calculated that. So now when we put this value, we get S equals to UT plus 1 by 2 T and V minus U. See, the same situation came here. Same situation come here when as similar as second equation. In second equation, we have replaced V minus U from AT, but in this equation there is a difference between, this is the only difference. In this equation we will replace T, we will replace value of T by V minus U by A. We will replace, I am repeating it again, to derive the third equation of motion. Similar situation will happen, only the difference is we substitute the value of T by V minus U upon A, which is obtained by first equation of motion. Already we have derived first equation of motion, that is V equals to U plus AT, and using this equation T equals to V minus U upon A. So this is the result, that is UT into UT plus 1 by 2 T V minus U. Now when we replace T by V minus U upon A, we will get that U into T, that is V minus U by A. half into t, that is half into v minus u by a, and this is as usual. So now we calculate, first we make the similar LCM, that is 2a. So 2 will be multiplied at numerator and 2 will be multiplied at denominator also. This will become 2u v minus u by 2a, and this become v minus u 2 times, means v minus u whole square by 2a, already 2a is there, and we calculate that is 2u into v gives 2uv, 2u minus u, that is 2u square, and v minus u whole square, that is v square plus u square minus 2uv, and minus 2uv plus 2uv will be cancelled out. Now this become left hand side 2as, 2a will come here, that is 2as, and right hand side b square minus u square. So transposing this, we will get b square equals to u square plus 2as, which is the third equation of motion. So third equation of motion is obtained from calculate the area, obtained by calculate the area of velocity time graph, and this is as similar as second equation of motion, but we have to replace the value of t by v minus u upon a. So these were the equation of motion, my dear students. Revise this equation of motion, and derivation of this equation of motions are very important. So you must revise these equations by practicing it. Where there is problem, pause the video, watch it again, and if there is any confusion, please feel free to comment on the video. And in next part, I will bring difference between distance and displacement and speed and velocity. Till then, study honestly and stay tuned.